Hi guys, we're on site now. Well, I'm on site today, and I've done a little bit today already. I just want to show you what I've done and explain what my plans are today. So I've already had compacted the other day some hardcore, and I've just put some more uh, Mot 1 down on top. So I compact it in layers. We have about 150 mil of hardcore going down, and going to compact this again, and then once that's done, then lay a bed of sand on that, and then we're ready for our DPM to go on. So this floor is going to have insulation in it, 100 mil insulation. So there'll be a DPM going on top of the sand, 100 mil insulation. I'm going to put another layer of DPM on it, and then it will be concreted, and then later on will be screeded to the correct level or height of our nearby floor, which is, as you can see here, this is the laminate floor, and this is the ply floor that's on this side here. So we've also got a drain to put through, which I'll show you here. I think someone asked about this before, but we have, you can see a lintel here, and we have an exit here, and down this end we have another one down here, which goes through to the little space on that little square area on the other side of this wall. So the idea is there's going to be obviously we need to create some drainage for that patio on the other side. So we're going to create a drain, and the pipe work for that drain will run through the house, and it will run through out there, and we'll be putting a soakaway. Also on the other side of the front door, just on this side, will be a gully for the guttering, which will also be connected into that, and then will drain away. So that's the purpose of that. So right now, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to clean up this area here and lay some 10 millimeter pea shingle down and embed the pipe in that, and then we can cover it and continue compacting. Also, we've got a vent to go here in this space from the cavity under the floor, and it's going to run out in a vent that we've already put here. So we have another vent here, which you might have seen in earlier videos that we had put in, which is over here, and the idea was to connect a vent here to there, because there was a vent grill here in the wall. Now, further investigation, it seems that some work has been done. This is when they did the recent refurbishment, I'm guessing. This is not original floor joists, and this vent doesn't actually go into any cavity. It seems like some concrete work has been done under here. So this vent was pretty much useless. So I think we're gonna end up leaving this vent out, but I've looked around the house and there are quite a few vents. There's vents on that side of the floor here. There's also vents going through underneath the extension or conservatory, and they're vented outside the extension there as well. So there's plenty of vents as well. Obviously, we'll have a vent entering here as well. So that's basically what we're going to do. We can't do anything else because that's concrete all under here. So yeah, so let's get this pipe in here and continue this oversight. Okay, so this is the pipe that I'm going to be using. It's underground drainage pipe. It's the brown type. So yeah, this is what we normally use underground, and these are the joiners. If you're going to make joins underground, it's a good idea to use the rubber seal type ones rather than the glued joints, just to allow for movement in the ground and stuff. So I'm going to be using this because this is 3 meters long, and we have just over 4 meters here, so we're going to have to make a join anyway. We'll make the excess go outside, which will go down the drain later, and I'll use this joint to join them somewhere, probably in the middle here. So what I'm going to do first is just clear out some more of this rubbish here, level it out. Then I'll show you how I'm going to get the fall. So the water will drain, will fall from this end to that end. So we need to have a fall, obviously, so the water can flow. Because this is surface water only, i.e. rainwater, we actually only need a fall of about 1 to 100, I think it is. If it's foul, like toilets and sinks and stuff like that, that may have particles in it, etc., you need a 1 to 40 fall. So we're gonna probably do 1 to 80, which is a common fall as well. So to calculate the fall, it's similar to how you calculate the furrings, which I did in a video before. I showed you how to calculate the furrings. So for instance, a 1 to 100 fall would be, I think, about 10 millimeters. So that'll be the ratio. So for every meter, we would have 10 millimeters or 1 centimeter. So how we do that is, an easy way to do it is, the one, if you times about 1,000, you'd have 1,000, which is 1 meter is 1,000 millimeters. So you would divide 1,000 by the right hand side of the equation, which in this case would be 100. So you divide 1,000 by 100 and you get 10. And that will be the answer in millimeters. So you get 10 millimeters. If we do a 1 to 84, then we would do 1,000 divided by 80, which I believe give us about 12 and a half. And if you wanted a fall, say for foul water, you would do it at 1 to 40, which would be in millimeters, would be 1,000 divided by 40, which would give you 25 millimeters or 1 inch. So for every meter, you would need to drop it by 25 millimeters. But in the case of a 1 to 80 is what we're going to do. So every meter, we're going to drop by 12 and a half millimeters. Okay, so we have about 4 meters from here to here. So for every meter, 12 and a half, times that by 4, we're looking at 50 millimeters. So this side of the pipe should be 50 millimeters lower than that side of the pipe. And what I'll do is I'll use my laser level and I will make sure I've got the laser at the top of where the top of the pipe is here. And then I will mark 50 millimeters lower down that corner. And that's where the pipe would need to be to get the fall that we need. Okay, so I'm just going to clean this up first and then we'll set up the laser and we'll see if we can get the markings for this drain.
This is our first hardcore that we compacted. And I'm going to lay some 10mm pea shingle to bed the piping as well, which is very fine, small stones, which protects the pipe from damage. And we'll encase it with that.
All right, guys, so can't find my laser level anywhere, so I've got to resort to an old school method, or it might be a tip to help you if you haven't got a laser level. There's other ways you can do this, okay? So we're gonna have to do it a little bit more old school. So lucky for me, I have a point of reference and I've double checked in my level. My line here, just on top of this damp proof course, is level. I've checked it down here with the level. So I can use that line as a point of reference. And what we're looking for, as we said, was a 50mm fall between that end and that end. So this side needs to be 50mm higher than this side. So what I can do is I can measure from the top of the pipe to that line and measure at that end around here, which is about 4 meters, the top of the pipe here to the line. And I'm looking for 5mm, 50mm higher on that end. So I've already pretty much leveled it out. So, and I had kind of worked it out when I laid the brickwork anyway. So what you can do is get it close as we can to the wall. I'll use this little level here to get a horizontal level, and then I'll measure between here and the bottom of the level, and it'll be accurate enough. So that is, top of that line is 27 centimeters. 27 centimeters. So we need this to be 5 centimeters lower. So we need 32 centimeters on this side. So again, I'll put it on the top of the DPC, get it level. Level's about there. And we have 30. So we've got 3 centimeters here. So we can raise that side up slightly by 2 centimeters, and then we should be good. So what I'll do is I'll get some gravels under that end and raise it up. And once I'm happy with it, we will fill up the rest of it. So just get some more gravel. So we're looking for 26 up here. We've got 31 down there. We're looking for 26 here. We've got 25, so we can drop it down slightly more, just a little bit. Spot on 26. So we've got 26 here. Let's just double check down here. (31) 31 centimeters, 26. So we've got a 5mm drop difference. I've just got a little stone propping it up there, so I'm just going to throw some underneath the base of that. That will stay where we want it. And then I can take my stone out. And that is sitting nicely on that. Now what's important also is when you have joints like this, make sure your joint is well supported so it's not dipping where the joint is. It is quite straight. And I make sure this area is covered well first. So we're good to go. We've got our slope, and I'll just double check with a level, make sure we're seeing a slope. Yeah, we've got a good slope there. So this is the slope we've got. That is from up there, running all the way down to there and outside. So now we can throw some more gravel all around the pipes. pipe well bedded in. All right, so I've got my compactor. I'm doing something different today. I've never used one of these, but this is actually an electric compactor. It's still as heavy, believe me. So it's a two-man job, really. But yeah, I picked up an electric one today because obviously with the fuel situation, there's queues. There's a gas station just at the bottom of the road, and it's just so much queues. So I don't want to have to go and try and find gas. It could take me an hour to get that and come back. So I've got an electric one today. First time I'm using it, so I'll try it out. I'll let you guys know as well what I think about it. As I said, it's pretty much just as heavy as the gas one. So let's start compacting this, and let's see how we get on. Okay, yeah, feels no different than a normal one. So let's give this a couple of passes and see how we get on. Obviously, make sure you've got a long lead, which luckily I had one here, and I have my own transformer, so I just needed to hire the machine. Okay, so far so good. Obviously you've got a cable in the way, which is slightly annoying. because you've got to keep, moving it around. Also, I can't seem to see a speed setting. On the petrol ones, you can tend to select a speed. But this one really is moving fast and really running away from me. But I haven't seen any type of setting to slow it down a bit. So you do have to keep kind of controlling it. But maybe it's me. They didn't give me any instructions, so but I can't seem to see any levers or switches anywhere for this motor. But yeah, it's going well. Already nice and firm. So I'll pass this a couple of times. Just get up along the pipe here, and I've got a little small area at the back there to do, which might be a little bit tricky. And then we're going to get some sand on this, make sure it's nice and level, run it again, and then we're ready to put our visqueen down. So we just need a little bit more just down here, a bit more of the MOT one. So I'll get some more of that. Got some more here, and just run a little bit more down here. Right, so that's the compacting done. As I said, I had to add a bit more there to level it off a bit better. Obviously, this is I leveled this with the spirit level, and just managed to do around the back there as well. It was a little bit more tricky, what I've done there as well. And yeah, it feels very good, very solid. So now I'm just gonna start putting some building sand on this. You can see our pipe here is almost at the level, which is good. So we can get the building sand will probably get that all covered up to the edge. So just lay that there, and I'll pass the compactor. Obviously, I'm not going to pass the compactor on the pipe. And once I get this sand down, then yeah, we can get our plastic damp-proof membrane on. So I'm just spreading out. So I'm just spreading out a layer of sand about an inch or so, and it's there to protect the membrane from getting pierced by any stones or something like that. So it's to give it a nice soft bed with no sharp stones. To be honest, this is compacted quite well. This is quite a good MOT1, so there's lots of different sizes, and it's really compact and it's quite flat and smooth anyway. But you need to put this on there to be safe. It's very important that you don't damage or pierce this membrane, because obviously it's there to prevent water from the ground entering into the concrete floor. So it has to be 100% waterproof, and no piercings or damage, tears where water could enter. So that's roughly level, and it's level enough for what we need. So I'm just going to pass the whacker on this real quickly, and then we're good to go. our sand is nice and level and flat, and I'm ready to put my membrane down and get some insulation in. Right guys, so this is our first layer of DPM. You can see, as I said, I tucked it underneath the existing damp-proof course, and I run it all the way out there in the corner there. So now it's time to lay our first layer, well, our layer of insulation, and I'll show you how I do that. So insulation is in, as you can see, all the way around the back there. That's our insulation. So I'm going to put a layer of insulation around the edge, sort of like an upstand to insulate this side pieces here, because obviously there's no insulation in the walls below this area here. So we're going to put some insulation vertically up the sides, and that will prevent bridging of permanent bridging around the insulation around the side of the walls there, sorry. So when we lay the concrete, there will be insulation to the perimeter of the slab as well. So I'm going to do that now, and that will be the last bit of insulation. Right guys, so this is as far as I'm going to get today. I started cutting some of these bits, but I haven't got enough, so I'm just going to stop here. But otherwise in that, good day's work on my own here today. So I'll finish this up once we've got our concrete ready to go. As I said, there's going to be another layer of this black plastic that's going to go on top of this, and then the concrete will go on this, and later on we will screed it on top of the concrete as well. But in the meantime, this is as far as I got. So let me know what you guys think about today's job, and thanks for watching as usual, and we see you tomorrow. Take care.